The game of chicken may have seemed more intense when North Korea and the US were threatening each other with nuclear war. But the question fundamentally remains the same. Who's going to back down first? The North's foreign ministry has warned us not to expect any progress with its denuclearization if the US remains fixated on sanctions, which a Pyongyang spokesperson referred to as an outdated script. We might consider this a follow-up to Foreign Minister Ri Yong-ho's criticism of Washington last weekend for not carrying out simultaneous measures after Pyongyang allowed the US to retrieve war remains last month, having also dismantled its nuclear test site back in May. What North Korea really wants is a formal declaration of the end of the Korean War and sanctions relief, but Washington's maintained those things are only possible after the North denuclearizes and has warned other nations so that they keep enforcing sanctions too. And this is where we come to the idea of who backs down first. Pyongyang's statement suggested the clock is ticking, offering the US a peaceful path if it responds sincerely, even at this belated time. But we already heard this week from Washington's ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, how the US is not willing to wait for too long. And that was just after President Donald Trump's national security advisor, John Bolton, insisted that the US will not relax sanctions and will continue with its maximum pressure approach. Let's also remember that Trump did give up some ground this summer when he led the suspension of joint military drills with South Korea. Obviously, that wasn't enough for the North. Although on the bright side, at least all sides are talking. The US State Department insists they're having conversations with North Korea virtually every day, and we're moving towards another inter-Korean summit, with high-level preparation talks planned for Monday. We also know Seoul and Washington remain in close contact. But for all this communication, we're still left wondering who, if anyone, is going to break first. Because the consequences of staying as we are, or at least heading in the same direction as we're currently moving in, are just as dire as they ever were.